If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
And it goes away. I can't.
Buy a merch indeed.
Child shall lead them. Buddy Holly, Well All Right, is up next. Shout out to Revo for doing this stream with us. Well, every single day this week we got Revo up doing streams with us.
Revo week.
It is Revo week, and we are getting. I feel like I'm actually growing and understand. A lot of times, I feel like I can't like really piece together what's going on.
Facts.
But you're doing really well putting this together. I feel like I'm getting an understanding of the time.
No pressure on other DJs, by the way. No pressure on other DJs.
And I like the way you write too. Okay,
Yes.
so Buddy Holly, Well All Right, is up next. This was released as a B-side on November 5th, 1958, literally a day after the midterm elections by Coral Records. Buddy Holly married a Catholic Puerto Rican woman. When he went back to his hometown, a waitress wouldn't acknowledge her and would only acknowledge him.
Wow.
He ultimately moved to Greenwich Village in New York because of the backlash he got in his hometown.
Greenwich Village.
What did I say?
It's Greenwich, but it's Greenwich Village. 14th
Okay.
Street.
Oh, okay.
It's the Ville, we used to call it.
This is one of the last released songs before his plane accident in February of 1959.
Damn, rest in peace to the homie.
She must have been sad because he went to bat for her.
Yep. Then he died. Rest in peace
Yeah.
to the homie. Maybe she was on the plane with him. Who knows? All right, guys, here we go. Buddy Holly. Well, all right. And let's go.
Well, alright, so I'm being foolish. Well, alright, let people know about the dreams and wishes you wish in the night when lights are low.
Aww.
Well, alright, we'll live and love with all our might. Well, alright, our lifetime love will be alright. Well, alright, so I'm going steady. It's alright when people say that those foolish kids can't be ready for the love that comes their way. Well, alright, we will live and love with all our might. Well, alright, our lifetime love will be alright. all our might. Well, alright, our lifetime love will be alright.
That was the big homie Buddy Holly. Well, all right.
Okay, that song was
that was
really.
the B-side.
What does that mean?
It means it didn't make it to the final cut of like.
Oh, okay.
Like basically like a song that he did, and it's like, not good enough to make the record.
It was a sweet sounding song, but also sad because, like, lyrically when he says, our lifetime of love will be all right, and then he ends up dying in a plane crash. And they don't get to be together.
Have a lifetime of love. I mean, it's a kind of ironic way to say it. That was his lifetime.
Babe.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not being funny.
I know you're not being funny, but it's just not. That doesn't make me feel any better.
See, that's why, like, I'm a fan of people getting married younger. People like, oh, you have the rest of your life. How do you know? Mm-hmm. How do you know what you have the rest of your life to do? You know, Kevin Samuels just died like a couple days ago out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I try to never like make major plans and like push them off and assume that, you know what I'm saying, that I have tomorrow. Like, how do you know you have tomorrow? If you're gonna do something, you love the girl, fucking marry her now. Period.
Yeah.
You want to have the kids. Like, I'm not gonna push off having kids, bro. Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying. Like, it'd be ridiculous. At our age, people are like, yo. I mean, honestly, though, at our age, what happens is you get these people that are like, oh, I want to have my career. They've got their life all matched out in this perfect thing. And it's like, okay, now I'm 35. Now I want kids. So, boom, I'm supposed to have kids. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. Like, we know people that have, like, that made those decisions and now can't get pregnant, and it's like the worst thing on the planet.
I actually see it a lot. I'm part of a group of moms that we're all 35 and older. And I actually see it a decent amount of times where they're like pushing 38, 39. Now they're panicking because they waited, and, you know, one lady ended up marrying a guy in his 20s, and she's 38. She's like, he wants to wait a year.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you know,
I'd be like, look, I'm going to be pregnant for 9 months.
Say when we were about to leave and we were lagging behind, he's like, well, boys, time waits for no man.
Yeah.
But that stuck with me. Like,
yeah.
Time ain't gonna wait for you, bro.
Nope.
Like,
nope.
That was always my philosophy. Is like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna do this shit now.
Yep.
Like, period. Like, you know, I got an opportunity to be part of our organization a couple of years ago. Shit was crazy. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. And, you know,
yep.
You only get one life. It was fun. I'm still paying the price for it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'll go to the freaking.
You've been saying that for years. You've been saying that for years.
Well,
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll get it fixed, inshallah.
That is the worst.
A little hairline fracture. Go ahead.
That is the worst idea. Fix it when you're in crappy Maine. When we move, I'm not gonna sit still. So if you want to come with me, get that done now.
The irony of the whole thing. Imagine.
I don't even know what that means. But anyway, okay, so there used to be a song that no offense, but there was Jamaicans that would come to Maine, and they would, you know, work in the apple orchards, and they taught our family that there was like a song, and it was like, it would say like, it's all right, like, what do you think about the Holy Ghost? It's all right, like that. So when we first heard it, we were like, that's a little bit offensive. What do you mean the Holy Spirit's just all right? Because if I say, how's this food, and you say it's all right, I'm like, I don't want all right. I want to make it good. What would have made it better?
I got you.
So when I first heard it, I was like, wow, I don't know. But then apparently that means like really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, he keeps talking about being all right in the song, and I guess that's what he's kind of, it's more leaning on that way, like everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, well, all right, we'll live in love with all our might. Our lifetime will be able to, I'm assuming he's talking about that situation with his girl, they wouldn't serve her and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think, like, what is this, the mid-50s, early 60s?
Yeah, I think he said 58.
I just think that those forces felt their grip loosening. And
58, I was right.
The younger generation was just like, yo, we're not, you know, we're not for this. You know what I'm saying? And to the point we've been discussing earlier, these guys have all been at the juke place together. They all been partying together. They're all watching the Ed Sullivan Show, watching Johnny Be Good together. So they're going into the 60s like, yo, that's y'all.
Yeah.
You guys were like that. You guys are all corny and shit.
Yeah.
We're good. Like, we want to all be together. And he's saying, you know what? We're just gonna love with all our might, and that's the way we're gonna get revenge. Like, we're just gonna live our life. Like, that's like. Sometimes I'll go to, like, to this day, sometimes we'll still, like, go out together and stuff, and there'll be, like, some salty old ass white guy, and I'll just smile at him. Like, what's up, man?
It makes me so mad.
It doesn't make me mad at all, because I'm like, they're mad. They're still going to be thinking about us when we're gone. Like, I, like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as we leave the restaurant, like, they're out of our heads. Or as soon as we leave the gas station, they're out of our heads. And there's nothing they can do. They ain't going to do nothing to me.
Yeah.
Remember that time we were out with Jess and them?
Oh, I remember it well.
Bar, and the guy was just like looking at us, and I was like, "What's up, man?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing they could do. Like,
we were in a part of Maine that's like hillbillies, and like you could tell this area was still like way behind the times on fucking everything. It was the only place that was still open at 10 o'clock. No, it was like 9:30.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was like a group of people that were standing outside. And you could tell that the reason that they were outside in that group was because they were like, there was inside the bar and there was outside the bar, and that was it. And it wasn't like it was a food bar. So we were going in there to get some food and hang out with our friends.
Yeah.
And like we walked in there and there was multiple white men that were looking angrily at him for even daring to enter the establishment. It was so backwards. And I was like, I wanted to say something, but I don't want to create a situation in which you're in a conflict and it's because of me. Because I wanted to say, I was going to curse at him and be like, you have a fucking problem? But I didn't. I was like, I don't want to start something.
He wouldn't have said nothing to you.
Yeah, but that's what you said after, but if he did. Anyway, but so this part of the song...
He would have said nothing to you.
This part of the song, the first verse, when he said about the dreams and wishes you wish in the night when lights are low, the way he sung that part and what it said, like I liked the vibe at that part, and I liked the sweetness of like moments shared when lights are low and you're just like together and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. The song itself had a sort of sad, sort of kind of sappy, sort of hopeful.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it had that naive thing that
you
have when you're young and you're like, love will overcome everything. But you know,
and he says it's all right when people say that those foolish kids can't be ready for the love that comes their way.
Yeah. Yeah,
like you know what? Just let those adults old.
Well, the thing is like, you know, that whole tension between this person is naive versus this person is jaded. Yep. And you see that get reflected a lot of times in music is when you have a jaded person who says you're naive. That's one of the advantages of being young is the lack of being jaded and the ability to still hold to really high principles of love and things like that. After a while, especially if you've inherited parents that went through the Depression, they have a much more cynical understanding of life, love, relationships, race relations, that type of thing. But a young person is like, who hasn't experienced any of that. I mean, can you imagine being 20, a rock star, 20 years old, one of the biggest names in the world? Like, So you're thinking, man, the whole world is available. Things are not that bad. What's wrong with you guys? Like, love is real. Who cares? She's Catholic. And that was a big thing with Kennedy. Like, oh, he's a Catholic. Like, that was a really, really big thing. So all these divisions that people have when you're younger, you know, that hasn't been beaten out of you. The previous generation, it was beaten out of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand where they're coming from. But you know, in the end, he won because, you know, now nobody would have a problem with a Puerto Rican, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was it was a good song. It was decent. It's kind of repetitive. What'd you give it?
I'm going to go with an 8.6.
8.6. Okay. I'm going to give it a solid 8. A solid 8.
I was vibing with it.
Don't turn around. Don't touch that. Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch the dial.
Don't touch that dial, dear listener. We have more music coming your way very, very soon. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.